Shocking truth on how Anna Delvey fooled New York's elite. New York City is known for its glitz, glamour, and high society. From the lavish parties to the elite social clubs, it's a world that many aspire to be a part of. But what happens when someone manages to fool their way into this exclusive world? What if I told you that an unknown woman managed to scam her way into New York's elite social scene, convincing some of the wealthiest and most powerful people in the city that she was a multi-millionaire heiress? This isn't the plot of a Hollywood movie. It's the shocking true story of Anna Delvey. From lavish hotel stays to designer clothes and fancy parties, Anna managed to fool everyone around her into thinking she was someone she wasn't. But how did she do it? Let's find out. The beginning. Anna Delvey arrived in New York City in 2013 with a mission to make it big in the city that never sleeps. But instead of starting from the bottom and working her way up, Anna had a different plan. She was going to pretend to be someone she wasn't, a wealthy German heiress with a trust fund worth millions. And Anna was convincing. She dressed the part, wearing designer clothes that most people could only dream of. She stayed at some of the most exclusive hotels in the city, ordering room service and living the life of luxury. She dined at the finest restaurants, ordering expensive dishes without batting an eye. And she had a way of talking that made people believe that she was exactly who she claimed to be. In a city that values money, status, and connections above all else, Anna was the ultimate insider. She seemed to know everyone who mattered and had a way of getting into the most exclusive events. People were drawn to her. And who wouldn't be? She was charming, confident, and seemed to have it all. Or so they thought. But in reality, Anna was living a lie. She had no trust fund, no wealthy family backing her up. Her clothes and hotel stays were being paid for with fake bank statements and forged documents. And yet, no one seemed to suspect a thing. This story is hard to believe. How could someone fool so many people for so long? Anna Delvey managed to do just that. Hefty loans, bigger expenses. It was late 2016, and Anna was on a mission to secure funding for her visual arts center. She had big plans, and this loan was essential to making them a reality. But the problem was, Anna didn't actually have the funds to back up her lofty claims. So how did she convince National Bank to lend her such a massive amount of money? It's quite incredible, really. Anna went into the meeting armed with documents claiming that she owned 60 million British pounds in assets. She was confident and poised, playing it cool as she presented her case. And somehow, it worked. National Bank was interested in what Anna had to offer, but they weren't willing to simply hand over $22 million without doing their due diligence. National Bank requested that Anna wire them $100,000, which would cover their legal fees and investigation costs. Anna didn't have $100,000 on hand, but she didn't let that stop her. She went to Fortress Bank and allegedly told them, "I have a loan coming in for $22 million. I just need $100,000, and when that loan comes in, I'll be able to pay you back right away." And amazingly, Fortress Bank was in. They took Anna's word for it and gave her the money. How crazy is this? With the $100,000 in hand, Anna wired the money to National Bank. They started investigating her, but it wasn't enough. By February 2017, Anna pulled out of her deal with National Bank. And at that point, they had gone through $55,000 of the $100,000 she had given them to look into her. It's incredible how Anna managed to pull off this feat. She was able to convince 2 banks to give her money without actually having any assets to back up her claims. Another one of the most astounding examples of Anna's audacity was when she bought a private jet to attend a shareholders meeting. But that was just the beginning of her extravagant spending. She then jetted off to Morocco with her photographer friend Rachel and stayed at an expensive restaurant without paying a penny. Anna even told Rachel that everything was on her, but the restaurant was left with a hefty bill. But when Anna's credit card didn't seem to work, she asked Rachel to pay for her and successfully scammed into a $62,000 debt. After her Moroccan adventure, Anna found herself locked out of 11 Howard Hotel that she was previously staying in due to non-payment. However, Anna didn't let this setback stop her from living the high life. She simply moved on to another luxury hotel, the Beekman, and managed to check in without a working credit card, where she incurred a bill of $11,000 before getting kicked out by them as well. This was just an example of how Anna manipulated people and establishments to get what she wanted. She had built a reputation for herself as someone who always had cash on hand and never had to rely on credit cards. Paying for her crimes. But despite Anna's best efforts to avoid detection, her actions eventually caught up with her. The New York Post published an article about this woman who kept staying at luxury hotels but refused to pay her bills, and this drew the attention of the New York DA. Anna's real name was Anna Sorokin, and she was born in 1991 in Russia, and she could now face up to 15 years of jail time for her crimes. For years, Anna had managed to fool everyone around her into thinking she was a wealthy German heiress. But her charade came to an end in 2017 when she was arrested and charged with multiple counts of grand larceny and theft of services. It was revealed that Anna had scammed her way into New York's elite world by using fake bank statements, forging documents, and lying about her wealth. She had conned people out of thousands of dollars, leaving a trail of unpaid bills and debts behind her. After her trial, Anna's true character was exposed. She was revealed to be a pathological liar who had lied about nearly everything in her life, from her upbringing to her education to her connections in the art world. This trial in early 2019 was not just any ordinary trial. It was a media sensation, a spectacle that captured the attention of the world. People from all over the globe were following every detail of the case, eager to know how this young socialite had managed to deceive some of the wealthiest people in New York City. From the very beginning, it was clear that Anna Sorokin was not just your average criminal defendant. She arrived in court dressed in designer clothes, sporting a confident smirk on her face, and surrounded by a team of high-priced attorneys. She seemed to be relishing the attention, basking in the limelight of her own notoriety. The trial itself was a bizarre affair. Anna's legal team, led by Todd Spodek, was unorthodox to say the least. They made magnificent claims about Anna's innocence, insisting that she was simply a young woman who had been caught up in a complex web of lies and deceit. The event went so far as to compare Anna to Frank Sinatra, saying that she was a true New Yorker, a woman who had come to the city with nothing but her dreams and her wits. But even as the evidence piled up against her, Anna refused to take responsibility for her actions. She continued to maintain her innocence, claiming that she was a victim of circumstances, and that she had always intended to pay back the money she owed. In the end, she was found guilty of multiple charges and sentenced to 4 to 12 years in prison. Her story was a shocking reminder of the dangers of trusting too easily and the lengths that some people will go to in order to fit in with the elite. She presented herself as someone who had it all: the money, the connections, the status, and people wanted to believe that she was who she claimed to be. It's no wonder that her story has captured the attention of so many people and has been turned into a Netflix series. So the next time you're at a fancy restaurant or rubbing shoulders with the wealthy and powerful, remember the story of Anna Delvey and ask yourself, who are they really? If you liked this video, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe for more shocking crime stories like this.